Hi everyone.
Hi.
So good evening everyone. Wish you all a happy Children's Day. And today we are all assembled here for the book cover launch of the fifth book from WinWithManju Young Writers series, Chrysalis series. So today we have with us two dignitaries. One is Anipriya Vignesh ma'am. She is actually a chartered accountant by qualification. You know how tough it is to become a chartered accountant, right? Lots to study. And she did not stop her studies with that. She went on to actually pursue her passion of educating others. And she is now a founding principal of Spectrum Life School. And she is a leading educationist. And today she has joined us to address all of you and also inspire all of you with a few words. So I now hand over the stage to Anipriya ma'am because this is the fifth book from our collection. And the first four books, right? The book one was called Unforgettable Trips. The title of the book and the theme of the book is selected by the young authors themselves. And the second book was Unforgettable Incidents. Third one was titled Fireflies. It was actually done for Carmel International School, Hosur. And then the fourth one, that is, I think we have another person joining us. Let's see if it's our other guest. Okay. So the fourth book is The Mysterious Hijacking Saga. And this is the fifth book. And in this particular book, we have had people from various parts of India and from Canada as well as US joining in and writing this book. So it is a little challenging project because this set of authors, they decided to actually kind of mix history along with fiction. So this story is set in 2043. So now if you see them, ma'am, they're all like 10 years, 12 years. The youngest is actually 8 to 9 years old. The oldest is in 11th grade, Swatika. She's here with us again. So what they have decided is this story is set in the future. So by then they are all like 30, 32, 34, etc. And then they have a story within story, like a story happening 3,000 years back. For this, these children had to actually do research on Indian civilization as well as Mayan civilization, which is not there in the CBSE textbooks at all. So it is a really challenging project. But I must say they all did their job really beautifully well. And now, ma'am, if you could take the stage and also address everyone, inspire them to read voraciously and also keep on doing their creative writing. It should not stop with this book. This is just the beginning. We hope that like Abdul Kalam, who wrote Wings of Fire, maybe they would become like Sudha Murthy's or maybe J.K. Rowling's of the world. So, ma'am, over to you. Presenting Anipriya Vignesh, ma'am, Senior Principal, Founding Principal of Spectrum Life School. She is also part of the Spectrum institutions. They actually have a very rich history. It goes around 27 years back when Spectrum Academy, which is a matriculation school, was launched by their family. And then 10 years, around 10 years back, they decided to actually start off a CBSE school. And Anipriya ma'am, when I asked her, what all are you studying now? She says, every other day she takes some new certification. Isn't that admirable? At this age, and she's mother of two youngsters, okay? Don't be taken in by her youthful looking appearance. She's mother of a teenager who's studying in 10th grade, as well as a lovely son who's in 6th grade. But despite all these pressures, she continues to read, she continues to learn, she continues to hone her leadership skills, not just through certifications, but also by being part of the Toastmasters fraternity. So presenting to you Toastmaster Anipriya Vignesh, founding principal, Spectrum Life School. Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for such a lovely introduction. I'm sure the children are so blessed to have you as a mentor to write their book, because it requires a huge, you are such a huge source of inspiration for anybody that is there in the Toastmasters platform. And today, to have you as their mentor and to write their first book, I wish I had a mentor like you when I was a little girl. So I might have done something. Maybe I might have come up with my own book. That's what I feel when I hear you speak. The kind of positivity and the happiness and joy that you exude, I'm sure that actually would bring out any child out of their shell and make them do wonders. And children, yesterday I was speaking to Manju ma'am, and she was telling me about all the hard work that you had put in for putting this book together. And she was telling me about this 1 month long grammar refresher that you've done, and then all the creative writing, all the activities that you've done. It seems so interesting. And I'm sure you must be looking forward to every single session of Manju ma'am, isn't it? So it actually today you must be having a great sense of satisfaction. Yes, somewhere my book is taking shape, and yes, today we are having a wonderful cover launch. And yesterday I was also checking out Manju ma'am's status. There she had put a video which was it was exuding suspense and anticipation. That black background and the war music, the drum beats that were there, the moment I saw that video, I felt it looked like a movie trailer itself, with all this drama and suspense put in together. Such a lovely video that was created, and it's like, if any person would see this video, they might think, they wouldn't even know it is like this, children of grade 10, 11, 12 are working behind this project. They might think like, some big program, and this is the teaser for this big release is what they must be thinking. So that actually created a huge suspense in my mind. And then I was wondering, like, how did the children work? And I was asking Manju ma'am, how did you make all these things together? And that's when Manju ma'am told me about all whatever hard work that you put in, or the story and story concept and all of that. It is absolutely exciting to actually, and I'm really looking forward to your book. And let's hope, like, by the end of this year, as Manju ma'am is hoping for, that your book comes out, and I'm sure we will have plenty of audience for your book. And for happy Children's Day to your children. I forgot to tell about that. So on this Children's Day, I really want you to remember that honing your skills is very, very important. And I'm so proud to be in this platform where children are really working on their creative skills, on your writing skills, because today's generation is the generation of artificial intelligence, isn't it? So for anything and everything, you have your AI assistant to do the job for you. Then what is the difference? Like, where will you create the artificial intelligence might someday be much better than us human beings itself. So that is where honing our skills and keeping it razor sharp becomes very, very important, right? So you will have to prove your edge above the AI, which the thing like human brain is much better than all this artificial intelligence. So there you need to put in concrete efforts, particularly now that with chat GPT and all this artificial intelligence writing coming up, you have put your foot in the right direction, I would say. You're working on your writing skills, and this will take you places, definitely, because only a person who can actually think and put words to paper will be able to have a very clear vision of where they are going forward. If you can master your writing, I think there is nothing more than that, because rest everything is very easy to master, isn't it? To have a command over your words is what is very important. And I'm very happy that you're all working on it. And just remember, one small message which I want you to give is the time that you have now in your school time. That is the most precious thing that you've got, because you don't have much of responsibilities. Yes, of course, studies are there, but then your responsibilities are kind of less when we compare it with people who are working and who have their family to take care of and all. So make use of this time to the fullest and make sure you learn as much as possible, whatever is your interest area. Maybe you just list down all the areas where your interests lie. Some of you might be very good at music, some of you might be very good at robotics or writing or singing or whatever. Try to list down all those things that you wish to learn and ensure you spend enough time for all these passion areas where your interest lies. Automatically your learning, education, studies, everything will also have the same kind of you will be able to show the same interest that you have in other activities in studies as well. Your studies will definitely improve when you work on your other skills and your passion also. So make use of the time that is available to you. And I'm seriously looking forward to your book. So let's wait for it. Thank you, Manju ma'am, for having me here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And we are actually really delighted that a person who walks the talk, when she says study and spend time, despite being mom of two kids and then being senior principal, she's the founding principal as well of the academy, right? The Spectrum institutions. It's not just one school, multiple schools she has to look after. On top of it, she still continues her education, self-study, growth. I think that is called investing in yourself. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today and for sharing this, I would say, really inspiring message, because you're a person who actually leads by example. I'm sure we have these youngsters here, the youngest one being Ritika Shri. She started when she was, I think, 8.5 or something. I think by the time we are done with the project, Ritika Shri, have you turned 9 by now? Are you 9 now? 9 years? 9 years, yeah. So she is the youngest. I'll just spotlight her. So by the time we are done with this project, right? It's like, I'm sure they will remember this message when they are actually in their, maybe once they get a job, once they start their families, if they can still continue their leadership growth as well as learning journey, just like you're doing, ma'am. I think that will be the real impact that they can create in the society. Because learning, like you said very rightly, right now, because it's part of their job, right? Their job is to study and learn. So maybe right now it's okay, but still taking time out for creative stuff, not just for, I would say, not just for writing, because I'll also show a video by which we can see what all we did here. So I think we have our ma'am, Gayatri ma'am has also joined in, thankfully, despite the flooding situation. So I'll now just show a short video, ma'am. Anipriya ma'am, before you leave, I know you have there's another event, but still, if you can just watch this before you leave, that will be really great. Do let me know if you are able to see the screen.
Yes.
I'm just trying to manage from another device due to some technical issue. I'm not able to share from the screen. I think it's because I'm not host on the other device. So I'll just reconnecting. So meanwhile, let's see if Gayatri ma'am has been able to join. Gayatri ma'am, are you there? Are you able to hear us? Gayatri ma'am? Yes, okay. Gayatri ma'am says we have no power in our area. So please excuse if my video is off. Anipriya ma'am,
Yes,
like.
good evening. Good evening,
Good evening,
Manju.
ma'am.
I'm so glad to see you. How are you?
Yes, ma'am, we are all good.
Well, you know how it is in Chennai today. It's been
Yes.
raining constantly, and well, I think it's a blessing that I'm able to join. I am very happy to be a part of it.
Okay. Ma'am, would you be able to come on? Okay, I think video you're not able to turn on, I guess, right, ma'am?
Yes, because it's going to be dark and it is no use.
Yes, it's going to be really tough. Okay. So no problem. We will just see if I can share. Ma'am, maybe we'll hear from you now before your power goes off, and then I'll show the video, ma'am. Is that okay? Gayatri, ma'am, are you there with us?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Ma'am, so we will hear from distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri Ravindran. She has mentored nearly 200 plus people across the world, and she has also won several speech contests, including one in Middle East, Bahrain. So she had been a district speech champion, and she is a great educationist, a wonderful trainer, and I would say above all a very humble leader, because that's a very rare trait to find, right? After having mentored 200 plus people and still being so humble. So that is distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri Ravindran for you, here to address you and also to cheer you on in your journey of writing and also exploring your creativity, not just as a writer, but also in illustrating, creating posters, doing marketing kind of videos, posters, etc. Right? Because it's not just about writing, it's about the whole package, right? So let's invite distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri Ravindran to address us all, please. Ma'am, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manju. I am so happy to be a part of this event. The fact that it's a book launch by youngsters, that itself gives me a lot of pride. Uh, Before I start on anything, let me first wish each and every person here a very happy Children's Day. We have youngsters here, and definitely we are all older people who are still youngsters at heart. So, wishing all of us a very happy Children's Day. The child in us, let us celebrate the child in us. Let us be joyful and enjoy the naturally joyful nature of the kids, of the children, and of those who are young at heart. Being young at heart and being young in age and in spirit, I think there's not much of a difference, because it's the is the innate, the feeling of being alive, the feeling of having something to share with the world. That is, I think, a part of us. And being a part of this book launch, especially with the ideology, the thought process that has brought about this book launch, it requires a lot of creativity. It requires a lot of hard work, no doubts about that. But the knowledge of the process, the flow of thoughts, it all makes a big difference. All of that needs to be channelized. That is exactly what Toastmaster Manju would have already done, and which is why we are here. I would like to encourage each one of us over here who are attempting to think and put our thoughts into words, to not stop with the first word. It's an oft repeated statement. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We had to start writing. I had the pleasure of being coached by Toastmaster Manju as well, to being an author. I have started my book, and she had made me promise that I would start it off sometime, but I wasn't able to begin in 2023. But it's a promise in 2024, Manju. I will also be a part of something very similar. Now, here, if you see, there is no age factor. There is nothing that stops us. The only thing that stops us is us, our thoughts, our limiting belief that we may not really be good enough. There are so many people better. There are so many people who are better, articulators, who speak so much better, who use so many better words. We should not be caught up in all of that. I think we can have enough faith in ourselves to start off simple and continue within the journey so that we grow every single day. And I'm sure we have all become aware of the various processes that precedes the book launch, the thought processes, the working on the chapters, putting everything down first, then working bit by bit, then working on the posters, working on the creativity. I'd like to encourage all the youngsters here, all our authors, budding writers, please don't stop writing. Don't stop with just one. Continue to write. The more you write, the more practice you get. The more practice you get, the more you are able to bring out of your thoughts. And the more you're able to bring out of your thoughts, there's a lot of words that comes down on paper. When you're able to put so many words on paper, that is when your thoughts take shape. That's when you are able to give shape to your thoughts, which comes out as a storyline, and that comes out as a book, and which is why we are here. I have only 2 tips to give to anyone who has a writer's block. For me, I had a writer's block for a long time, and I'm glad that Manju was able to help me out with one block. I'm stuck with the second block, and I will come back to her as well. But that's the best part of being a mentor. I have mentored, like Manju has said, I have mentored so many youngsters, older Toastmasters, people who have been trying to speak, trying to put their thoughts into words. But then each one of us gets blocked by something that inhibits our creativity, our thoughts. And these are the moments when we also look for mentors. And mentors are immeasurably valuable because they are the ones who unlock a door, unlock one particular key to our channel of thoughts. And that is when they open up a world of imagination, a world of creativity. And when we get into that world, it's very difficult to come back to normal life. And that's probably the best part of being creative, that you are able to be in it, swim in it, make it a part of you, and then you are able to deliver it as probably a poem, probably a story, probably a documentary, probably a poster, anything that is creatively valuable. The second tip that I would like to give you is let's be original. Let us look into us. Let us not look for, we can always look outside for support, for ideas, but whatever we bring out from our creative thoughts, our creative processes should be inherently ours. So I have only those 2 tips: that don't stop with one, continue, practice, polish your pen, polish the sword. And the sword, well, the pen is mightier than the sword. And second, of course, happens to be that have faith in who you are and continue to work at it. Look for mentors, and let's keep working towards becoming the best writers that we can possibly be. I wish this book launch all the very, very best. We have a wonderful mentor, Toastmaster Manju, and all the people who are listening, all the youngsters who are listening, anyone who is wanting to write, writers, screenplay writers, any content creators, poets, all the very best. Be yourself. Be an original. Carve out a place for yourself and leave footprints on the sands of time. I wish you all the very, very, very best. We have a wonderful mentor, and we can look forward to many more creative things in the future. Thank you. Over to you, Manju.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think when you said, right, leave your footprints in the sands of time. I think that's when, I saw the children actually bursting out into smiles, and I could see that reaction, instant reaction. They are all actually creating a legacy. They are like carving their name in the annals of history by actually, putting down their thoughts on paper, and that too doing a challenging project like this. So now, I don't know, maybe God was waiting for, or maybe nature was waiting for you to speak, because now the video is working. So without further ado, let me just show the video.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll see if Anipriya ma'am is also there, then you can. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, I think earlier when we tried, there was a technical glitch, but after DTM Gayatri ma'am spoke, now that issue has been resolved. So let's now look at this particular video. Yeah. So this is actually a short kind of journey through various books that we had written. The Carmel International School project, due to certain technical issues, we couldn't show the photos of children. So these are some of the books. This was the book from Carmel International School, Fireflies. And of course, the last book, that was book number 4, was Mysterious Hijacking Saga. And these are these are some of the poster cover designs by a couple of people. And of course, in one, actually, I've taken some images from 2, 3 children, and then we have amalgamated it, and then finally created this left-hand side version. And just as I was speaking, I saw that Sukriti has sent few designs as well. So Sukriti, sorry, your video, sorry, your images are not in this video. I'll try to play it out separately, or I'll give the stage to you. You can share your designs. And I encourage each and every one of you, you too can send your, designs, because we will use for ebook. One may use for print version, etc. So since we have ebook and print version, we can use multiple designs as well. So let's move on. Yeah. Now this is actually one of the first posters, because we begin with attitude of gratitude. The first Canva, because it's a marketing kind of assignment also, to create a poster, attitude of gratitude, created by one of the participants for her mom. Thank you, mom. And the similar poster was made by each of the children for their parents. So after that, of course, there were also posters for dads. And then there were coming soon kind of posters. So this is something like we wanted to create an interest, kind of frenzy around, okay, releasing soon, an excellent book by young budding authors. At this point of time, we did not even know which genre we are going to write. We did not have any clue, because we were still in the brainstorming stage. But we thought we will still bring out a poster. So that is this poster created by one of the students. And then we have this cover. And in this cover, if you see, there is Chichen Itza, which is from the Mayan civilization. And if you see that structure of the Chichen Itza, it's very much similar to a South Indian temple. That Madurai Meenakshi temple, etc., right? That kind of architecture. And then we have Black Panther. Apart from Black Panther, Black Panther was an addition by Swatika. And then apart from that, we had certain other contributions, including fictitious animals created by Ritika Shri, who's studying in class 4. She came up with a beast called Dino Beast. I'm sure you'd be curious to know, how does a dino beast look like? Because 3,000 years back, definitely dinosaurs were not there. So what is a dino beast? To know more, you have to read the book, because she has described in detail how the dino beast looks like. Whether it can fly, whether it looks like a dinosaur or it looks like an elephant, blue whale, I don't know. We'll have to see. So lot of specialists are there. So Ritika Shri is our animal specialist. And then like a Hollywood, or maybe a Tamil movie, maybe any Hollywood, Bollywood movie, we also have flashback, where there is a guy who gets some dreams he's like reincarnation. He's like avatar of some 3,000-year-old person. So today, I think he's not there with us because of some conflicting classes. That's Rakshak. So like that, there are a lot of people who are playing unique roles. Some are historians, some are archaeologists, some are scholars, etc. So everyone has a role in this. And it is set in 2043. So let's move on. So this is the book cover. So with this is, of course, this is one version which we have created with the help of the posters generated by people. Now we would like to invite Sukriti to share her version because her version just reached me, I think, some 5 minutes back. So Sukriti, would you like to share your screen and show your versions also?
Yeah, ma'am, sure. It's actually a video teaser. Last time when I sent it,
Yeah.
I actually don't know how to send it from Canva, but now I was pretty clear.
Okay.
So now I'll try to share it now. Yeah,
Sure.
I'm working on it.
We also have Yashasvi Dubey. She's from North India. She created a beautiful marketing type of video. Like she said, 3,000 years back, a prince and a princess, they embarked on a journey, a voyage, and what all adventures they faced. Did they succeed? Did they get lost in the oceans? What happened to them? So we are actually, the story is actually spanning 3,000 years. So ancient history plus, I would say future, because it's 2043. So 2043 and then 3,000 years back flashbacks. It's all intermixed. And this is Gayatri ma'am for you. So I think power has come and we can see her radiant face on our screens. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think with God's blessing, now technical issues also have been resolved and you're also visible. Thanks a lot. So Sukriti, would you like to show your video also?
I'm sharing it.
Yes. So Ritika Shri, hope to hear more about your experience creating Dino Beast and other things. Fantastic,
Yeah,
Sukriti.
that's all, ma'am.
So we
Yeah.
encourage all of you to, even now you can still send in your creations because I believe that it's not just writing a book that matters, but it's also positioning yourself as a credible author like Gayatri ma'am as well as Anipriya ma'am said, this is the world of AI. But these kind of unique videos or unique ideas that come up, I don't think even AI can actually do that. I don't know whether AI can create a dino beast like Ritika Shri did at the age of 8.5. So Ritika Shri, would you like to share whether the dino beast can fly? Yeah, Ritika Shri. It can fly. Yeah, interesting, right? It can fly. We can't hear you. You'll have to come closer to the... Can't hear you. Okay. Voice is breaking. Yeah. Okay. I like the way she described the Black Panther because as we told earlier, she's the animal specialist. Yes, now we can hear you. Yeah. No, again, we can't hear you. Is it just me or are you able to hear? Shriya, Swatika? Yeah. I think it's something to do with the headset or some issue with her device. So we'll wait for Ritika Shri to come back. Meanwhile, we'll hear from Swatika, who is in grade 11. So Swatika, how was your experience writing the book?
I would like to just start off with saying a huge thank you to Manju ma'am. From I had the passion to write. I wanted to write I wanted to express my thoughts, but you always need a medium to do it. You need a mentor to give you the key to open the door towards that writing experience. And I think Manju ma'am gave me um the key that I needed. And writing can happen always. Like every time I wanted to write, but it's the way, the path that I needed someone to hold my hand and guide me through that path. So it was a really good experience. It was fun. It was also like working with different people. Like Sukriti she was in grade 9, so we had similar kind of ideas. But from Ritika, she was very young, so I felt like, oh, maybe I need to like increase my creativity to understand what she was saying. Maybe I needed to think a little different, to work with different people. So it's a learning experience, definitely, from writing skills, improving my writing skills, to actually collaborating with other people, understanding people, because I think that kind of that's where my creativity increased. It's not just about me thinking about new ideas, but rather like talking with others to see what more can I bring up, what more can I put together. So that's that's kind of what made it was a really good experience. I'm kind of out of words, but I hope I kind of expressed as much as I can. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Swatika. And the funny thing is, the beast that Swatika introduced, Black Panther, was actually ultimately described by our Ritika Shri.
Yes,
So when
ma'am.
I asked her, how does this Black Panther look like? She's like, eyes like that of emerald, and that emerald green and all that. It was like, I was really amazed with the kind of similes and metaphors this young writer, our Ritika Shri, was using. So like Swatika said, we can never underestimate any person because of age or something, because and also the kind of Dino Beast thing, right? I think that also kind of was a game changer. Like we never, actually none of us thought of Dino Beast, right? It was she who came up with that. And now we will hear from Shreya and her sister Swati.
Hi, a warm welcome to the guest. So first, when I joined with my Manju ma'am, had no idea what we are going to do, and we were all nearing. We are out of time. What to decide? What is gonna be the genre? Who's gonna pick up which role? But first, when we started up with the basics, it really helped me throughout. That recently there was even a national writing week competition, which was held in my school. So since I was using few techniques which Manju ma'am really helped me, and which made me even select in the first round, and I've just finished my second round and hands crossed for waiting for the results. It is all because of her, the way she approaches each and every one and encourages them to finish it before the deadline. She keeps in touch with everyone to make sure that we finish the book and release it. To make sure that actually, when I started to write the storybook, I felt eager when I'm going to read the whole book. And though we were all in a tight schedule, we made up some time to finish off our writing chapters. Thanks
Thank
to
you so
Manju
much.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shreya, and congratulations to Shreya, because when I heard that she got selected at school level and it's some national level creative writing contest, I was also very delighted, because like I think Anipriya ma'am or Gayatri ma'am, one of them. I wish, we had this kind of opportunities when we were young, right? Uh, for us, when we were in our school days, becoming an author was like a dream for the future. When we grow up, when we are like, I don't know, maybe we are 30 or 40 or 50, we will write. But then you guys are making us believe that you can go for it, right? You can achieve it all at a young age. Now we have Dia joining us from Canada. So Dia had a difficult stage because she had to migrate from India to Canada halfway through the book. And despite that, she's in 10th grade too, that too in a new country. But despite that, she actually did her part really well. She focused on her writing part and she fleshed out her characters really in an awesome manner. I would like to invite Dia to share a few words about her experience.
Hi, I am Dia. I'm in Canada right now. I'd like to thank Manju ma'am first because she gave this opportunity for me. Um, like when I first started writing, my mom contacted her and um, she got to know about this opportunity, and then I just like let's give it a try. I did that, and fortunately, I got selected. I was um, over the cloud. So I had no idea what we're going to do, how we're going to do. I learned how we can collaborate with a lot of people and come up with an amazing story idea. Um, I also learned how to collaborate with a lot of people, and it's not just about one person writing a book, it's like a collective result. So I'm excited for this book.
Yeah. It was like a jigsaw puzzle because we had almost 22 to 24 chapters to complete. So it's like, like chapter 1 is done by Dia Said, then chapter 2 is by another person in another country. And then we had to have all these early morning calls in India because we need to overlap with Canada, US. So it was actually a very, I would say these children have gone that extra mile, and I would say made sure that their ideas were all coordinated. The reason being, where one story ends, the other person's story should start. So it's really difficult to write that kind of book. Chapter 1 written by one, chapter 2 by another person. Again, chapter 22 could be by the same person. So each person writes at least one chapter. And Ritika Shri gave a fantastic idea, which is, she said that we will have all characters described at the beginning with with an image and probably a short description about each and every character. So that way it makes the life of the reader much easier because it's a little convoluted plot, I would say, right? Even the people who are forming it, we had to actually kind of write down the entire story plot, chapter 1 assigned to whom. It was like a long-term project management that we were doing. So very difficult, but we did it. And together, we did it together, despite, people being in 10th grade and 11th grade. It's like really phenomenal. Now I would like to invite Ritika Shri. Ritika Shri, are you able to unmute now?
Yes.
Yes, now you're audible. So would you like to share your thoughts on that Dino Beast and Black Panther, etc.? And what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like the Black Panther idea because I also originally like cats because they're so cute and fluffy.
Okay.
And the Dino Beast, well, I thought that there were dinosaurs around the time where Mayans were there.
But it was not
no.
there. Yeah, we told her no, because we are all like, most of them are like in 10th, 11th and all, right? So they said, no, there are no dinosaurs 3,000 years back. Then she said, but I want a character like that. So that's where that out of the box thinking comes. She said, I want a Dino Beast character. Then it's her imagination, okay, how
I
the
think
Dino
what
Beast.
here is there is nothing that stops people from being creative.
Yes,
In
yes,
our imagination, anything is possible.
yes.
What? No.
Yeah. Reincarnation, avatar, anything, 3,000. See, can people get reincarnated 3,000 years later? We don't know. But that guy, if he touches the stone, he says, yes, I can remember the past. And he has weird dreams. Like we connected Kiredi. Kiredi is there, right? Kiredi. So we have North India. Then we have South India because there is a prince from South India, and then princess is from North India, and then they meet, and then there's a plot twist. Then there are blue whales, and they embark on this voyage. And then I think Sukriti, you can add on about that crescent moon and all. And I would like to invite Swati now to share a few words about uh, her experience with writing.
A warm welcome. I would really thank Manju ma'am for giving me this opportunity. She has helped me in many ways, especially in writing when I go astray. She has redirected the path of how we should write if we want to publish a book. I got to know more information about if you want to write a book. There are many things that we should be doing. So we should also being an author, we should also think about the reader's view, which is mostly focused on, because the reader's view is some which would create the success of a storybook. And I felt that knowing a simple grammatical things would really make a big difference in writing a story.
Yeah. I think we
So
had some discussions. Swati is actually very particular about certain words and all. She's very creative. She wants to, I want to use this word. Then sometimes we have debates. Now, maybe instead of this word, you can probably try some other word. And why not this and all that? Because that's when you actually explore language, right? Why not this? Why not this idiom? I think with Dia also, we had similar discussions, right, Dia? We had like she wanted to use certain words, and sometimes even it's like together when we are exploring, we have individual coaching sessions also, so we are exploring. I think with Swatika we are yet to have that because she was held up with her exams and all, pre boards. She's getting into 12th now. So but with the rest of them we had those exercise where it's like a debate. You have to justify why your character is like this. And then, Swati says her character will wear jeans and, blue top. I said, why blue top? Why this? What is the hair color? What is it curly hair? Everything. You need to describe the whole setting, right? You need to describe the person. And then the conversations needs to be very realistic. I think with Swati, we had that conversation related, we had lots of discussions, right? Because
yes,
she will write herself, uh, like, I tell her, for example, she's a child, right? She's a child. She's like 12 years. But in that, she's actually 34 years old. So what she writes, right, it looks like a child's way of thinking. I said, no, you're grown up now. You need to write like you are a mature 34-year-old. No, that is a little tough. It's very tough. It happened to Rakshak also because Rakshak said, I woke up and then I asked my mom for breakfast. I
yeah,
said, I'm
because
34.
living a life ahead of you and living in
Yes.
present is something different, and you might find little bit difficult to connect with.
Yes, because they have to imagine themselves to be 34 years old, or I think in Ritika Shree's case, I think she was the youngest, 28 years old, right? Ritika Shree. Yeah, rest of the people, they were like above 30, so it was really difficult for them to imagine. And that's where we had some of the things. Yes. So do we have Dia Nandakumar's mother? I think Diya Nandakumar's mother had joined. Yes.
Yes, Manju, I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I'm glad I can join today.
okay.
Unfortunately, Dia has school today, so she couldn't
Okay.
join.
Yeah.
And she was a little upset about that she couldn't join.
Okay.
But I said I can join on her behalf.
Okay.
So I'm really thankful that I was able to connect with you. And before I talk about that, Manju and me are childhood friends. We used to go to dance together and had some lovely childhood time together. And she was very kind and very passionate about things, even at that young age. So he's the best mentor that you guys can get.
Thank you so much.
I'm so proud to have her as my childhood friend, and I'm so proud to see the heights she has reached. So and I'm glad to meet the little kids here and all the honored guests here. So thanks, Manju, for all this opportunity, and I'm talking on behalf of Dia.
Diya
Thank you so
Nandakumar.
much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Manju. She's actually again Manju. And we have another person, Nikhil. He's in 10th grade having pre-board exam. His mom's name is also Manju. It's like Manjula. So Nikhil's, actually it starts with Nikhil discovering during his trip to Kiradi, right? He goes to his grandpa's place. It's all imaginary, okay? And there, while riding a motorbike, because he's very passionate about motorbikes, you know, guys, right? Boys. He's like, I have this TVS scooty and I'm going to explore that, explore the village, etc. And then he meets with an accident. And when he meets with an accident, he actually stumbles upon an ancient tablet. So stone tablet with some, you know, some carvings and stuff like that. From that only the whole story starts. And this is actually discovered by Swati, who is a TV journalist. And Diya Syed from Canada is Swati's boss. But she's a cool boss. They're like friends, right, Diya? Yeah, they're like best friends kind of people. And they are actually threatened by their boss that you need to come up with something really interesting. Else, we are going to kick you out. We are going to have layoffs in the company and all. So then Swati is like, oh my God, how do I, come up with something new? And that's when she finds this tablet and then tells her boss, Diya Syed, hey, I found this. And then with that, the whole mystery starts unraveling. And we have Yashasvi, who joins us from North India. She is an archaeologist, scholar, and then her friend is Diya Nandakumar, who is in US. She is a Mayan civilization expert. It's all imaginary, okay? So that's how, it's like everyone has a role to play. And then together, they all embark on an adventure. So you can say it's a bit like Ennilbliton, but it's more like, I would say, history, mystery, and also a lot of adventure coming together. Now I would like to invite Sukriti to share few words about her journey.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. And good evening, everybody. Myself, Sukriti, and I'm 13 years old. Throughout this journey, I had a wonderful experience. When I joined, I had no idea like how to write a book and how to publish it. But Manju ma'am like made me do it. And most importantly, writing a book was my New Year resolution, and I successfully completed it. And I'm waiting for the launch, before the year end.
Yes.
And even my friends, my classmates, they are so eager to read the book. And and I'm hoping for a good book. By the way, when the journey started, it was very interesting. My friends, I mean, friends like Swatika, Shriya, Dhia, everybody were from different parts of the country. I mean, different parts of the world. But somehow, I tried managing the time. I connected with, Dhia from US, and we had a very good time writing book together. By the way, at the end of the year, I was having examination. I'm doing my ninth grade. So in the next 3 months, I'm moving to 10th. So there was rush of portions. I have to do it. But still, Manju ma'am never forced me. At the end of October, I had a speech contest. She never rushed me with my book writing. And the most important thing that she told me was book writing is a very fun thing and you should enjoy it while doing. So
Yeah.
that's where I felt like, she's the real coach. So I would like to thank her once again. And that's all. I'm waiting for the book launch.
Yeah.
Thank
Because
you so much, ma'am.
unlike,
Yeah,
other, I would say, I think Gayatri ma'am also touched upon this part, writer's block and all. If you put lot of pressure, no, the brain cannot think in a creative fashion.
exactly.
If you need to have creativity, you need a lot of freedom. If you say tomorrow you're having exam or next week you're having exam, and then you say, where is your chapter? Where is your chapter? It's not a homework or assignment which we need to do, right? This is something, but we had assignments, okay? We had grammar assignments which we had to complete on time and all. But when it comes to the creative writing part, we thought let it be a stress-free, joyful process. Because when you are in a moment of bliss, you're in the moment of flow, automatically words will come. But if you say, Swatika, next week is your exam, write this chapter now, she wouldn't be able to focus. So I used to gently remind her, hey, Swatika, how are things? And then all of a sudden, she sent me her chapter. Same with Sukriti. Diwali time, we got the chapters. So it's like, when people are enjoying the process, and I think great things take time. We can't rush it. And this is a mammoth project. I think even with adults, seriously, I was thinking what I was thinking, to even start off on a journey like this. I felt like, will we ever reach conclusion? It was that tough. It's like 24 chapters and each person writing 1 or 2 chapters or, different parts. So where Ritika Shri ends, Sukriti has to start. If Ritika Shri describes Dino Beast in one way, in Sukriti's thing, she cannot have a different description. There should be connectivity. So that means you need to write your part and then you need to talk to each other, convey. So it was like Chinese whisper game. It's almost really tough. Communication, collaboration, and creativity at its peak, zenith, I would say. And I think this is the toughest book that I have ever coached. I think, I don't know, maybe a new batch, whether they would come up with something so creative, I don't know, because it's entirely up to the children because they decide what to write. So next batch comes, they say, we'll write about India of my dreams, we'll write that. We'll say we'll write about inspiring teachers, we'll write that. But this group said, no, we want a challenging project. And in fact, Swatika, she was telling that we should have interleaving kind of, one chapter from modern day or 2043, another chapter from past. But then it became very difficult to write. So first we had all modern day, then we went for flashback because her idea was superb actually. It's actually in movies and all we have it, right? Scene. You have this old, then you have new. Again old, then new. So that was the kind of creativity we saw here. So Ritika Shri, you have raised your hands again. So would you like to add on something? I think we have come to the end of our slot also.
Sir, ma'am, is this story fictional or non-fictional?
It's fictional, because it's all imaginary, is there a dino beast? No. No, but I think you are the only person in the world who could have thought of a dino beast existing 3,000 years back, right? 3,000 years back, there is dino beast.
Yes.
And why we thought of the story also we'll tell, because in the Mayan architecture and South Indian architecture, right? Even certain gods that Mayans used to worship, they look a lot similar to the Indian gods that idols which we see in the temples. So that actually set us thinking, was there a connection? We don't know. But in this story, we have established that there is a clear connection. So, and we have, maybe, I don't know, if this team decides to write another chapter, because Diya Nandakumar ended the story with, them finding some African coin from the coast of Gujarat. Yeah, ancient coin from Gujarat, which is actually from Africa. So will there be an African adventure? We don't know. It's all up to all these creative wizards and, creative brains. So with this, I would like to thank our distinguished guest, Anipriya Vignesh ma'am. She's founding principal, Spectrum Academy. She's also the part of the committee which manages the Spectrum group of institutions which have a rich history spanning up to 27 years. And we have DTM Gayatri Ravindran. You saw the way she spoke, right? So actually today it was power cut, flood. Despite all that, you had this kind of speech. If you didn't have these kind of challenges, you would have seen the real district champion avatar of DTM Gayatri. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. And I would like to thank Diya Nandakumar's mom for joining us from US, and Diya's Syed joining us from Canada. Swatika, Ritika Shri, Shriya, Swati, Sukriti, and of course we have Nikhil. I think Nikhil has exams, so he was unable to join. Rakshak also was unable to join because of pressure, exam pressure. And Yashasvi Dubey. Yashasvi Dubey, she's also in 10th grade. So because of that, she couldn't join. So we wish to thank all these 10 young authors for their awesome collaboration. And I hope they have built some lifelong relationships also, along with learning marketing, creative writing, Canva, and whatnot. Hope you will be friends for life. With this, I would like to now end the session. And once again, thank Gayatri ma'am. As a humble token of our appreciation, ma'am, and Anipriya ma'am, we'll be sending you a copy of their book. Once it's printed, we'll send it to your address. And please do let us know your feedback. Both of you, please. Thank you.
I am definitely looking forward to Dino Beast and Black Panther and probably the African coin in the coast of Gujarat. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, ma'am. We have Diya Nandakumar, who has added US president also to the story.
Oh.
It's like all over we have Indian Prime Minister giving them some awards, and it's like complete, you can add, it's like a fantasy, fantasy, fiction, history, adventure, everything together.
I think this is an amazing project.
Yeah.
Amazing. The fact that so many people have collaborated and
Yes.
come up with something so fantastic. Congratulations, guys. I'm really very proud of you all.
Yeah, it's like I would like to remember Nelson Mandela's words. It seems impossible
until it's
done, right? So it's like that. This is a project where against all odds, people having a lot of challenges, 10th grade, 11th grade, all that crucial years, despite that, they actually completed this fantastically, I would say, creative journey. And I'm sure this will be an unforgettable experience in their lives, bonding with so many children across the globe, etc. Okay, so thank you so much. And now I stop the recording.